Good morning, good morning. Ooh, let me shut my fridge. I'm doing like a whole fridge empty clean out. How often do you guys do that? I am way overdue, and we have a lot of leftovers that I swear I'm gonna eat, but then I don't. So that's what I'll be working on today. And boy, do you find some gems back there. So I've already emptied like a whole thing of pans and pots. I got like a whole stack here. I'm not even gonna show you because I'm like kind of embarrassed. So yeah, let me get this out of the way. I'm gonna make me a cup of coffee with my special Asian coffees. I'm slowly getting everybody turned on to them because they are no joke. Can you have a what? Weston, it is 11 o'clock in the morning. No, you cannot have a bath right this second. Wait till I'm done and then maybe, okay? I thought you wanted to take a nap. I just want to vent to you guys for a second while I make my coffee. This is kind of in reverse. Usually I would make my coffee and then go run errands, but I needed to put a quick 100 onto my electricity bill. That I had paid the bill, but I forgot to put 100 on it, like to cover the rest of it. Like it wasn't 100 that I owed. Doesn't matter. I had today to do it, and I was like, oh crap! Like I haven't gotten like a shut-off warning or anything like that, but I don't like to wait, you know. So I was like, crap. Let me go run to our grocery store up the street. I don't grocery shop there, but you can pay your electric bill there, and you actually don't get a fee. This is weird. You can pay online through their website and pay, I don't know, $3 something extra to pay it that way, but I can go stand in line at the grocery store, a third party, and not pay anything. I don't get that. Is that weird to anybody else? Like, third party usually means an extra fee, right? I don't know. Whatever. If anything, have fees on both. I mean, I'm not complaining. It definitely sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm not complaining. I hate that I rabbit trail. So, I'm up at that line, and I already told my son, who is not interested in doing all this, it's only going to take a second. I'm established in their system. I usually pay online, but like I've done this before, so it's probably going to be in and out. The longest time we'll be waiting in the line. Well, it's only one person doing it because it's Winn-Dixie. It's not like a huge, you know, even Walmart I think only has one person in their little money station. So we're waiting, everything's fine. I mean, he's like messing with the little black band that like separates the line, you know, so he's getting a little antsy. It's not ideal for a 4-year-old, but I needed to get this in as soon as possible because I was already late, and I don't like that, you know what I mean? So I'm waiting or whatever. This one gentleman comes up back to the line, and he's like, do I have to wait in line again? And she's like, unless you want to ask every person in the line if you can go ahead of them, like, because you can't just go ahead of the first person because that affects all of us, I guess, right? She's like, you're not going to put that on me. And so he kind of looked at us for a second, like, I think it was like 3 or 4 people in line and one person working with her, and he just kind of was like, no, not gonna happen, you know. So he got in line, and he's talking to this old lady in front of him who is behind me, right? So we're one person away from each other, and he's like telling about how it's only this tracking number he has to turn in and blah blah blah. And he's not even asking her, he's just telling her like, oh, I hate that I have to wait through this line, you know, just like small talk or whatever. And she's quick to be like, oh, well, you can't get in front of me because I have somebody waiting outside for me, and I just can't do that. And he's like, no problem, like I wasn't really asking you, because what is jumping one person in line anyway, you know what I mean? Like he was just like, okay lady, like whoa, you know. And then I think he went to go walk away to see if they could find another person to work up there with her. That was kind of stupid. Like, don't get out of line. Like, some people are so impatient. So anyways, here's my issue, and mind you, I haven't had coffee yet. I'm going to pay this, whatever. Weston is not having the best time, so he's jumping around, hold me mommy, put me down, hold me, whatever. He's been going through that phase a lot, and he's a big kid, so holding him is not the most comfortable thing. She comes up to me, or not comes up to me, she's behind me, but then she's like looking at me and Weston, and she's like, are you paying your electric bill? Like, first of all, none of your business. But, you know, I'm not a mean person, I'm not sensitive, I'm not, you know what I mean? So it wasn't a big deal, so I was just like, yes. And she kind of went, oh and I'm like, excuse me, like, what am I doing wrong? This is where you do this at. Like, this is what they offer, you know? So she kind of got upset about that. And I was like, she's like, oh, well, it's just going to take so long. And I literally have to do something for like 2 seconds. Like, I just have to turn in like a scratch off lottery ticket. And I'm like, okay, like, sorry, you know what I'm saying? And I told her, I was like, I'm already established in their system. It's not going to take long. And she's like, I don't know. And she's pointing at the lady in front of us who is holding our electric company's envelope. So it shows you that it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize she's like establishing her account there. So that's probably why it's taking longer. But I'm not going to discuss this with this lady. Like, you asked me what I was doing. That's what I'm doing. Whatever. I'm sorry you're upset about it. So again, I'm just playing with Weston because he's getting restless as it is. Like, he doesn't want to be there. So she pointed at the lady and was like, well, obviously today it's going to take a while. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe. But I just know that usually when I come in here, the longest I do is wait in line. It takes 3 seconds. I hand her my money. She gives me a receipt. I sign. That's it. So the lady is like wrapping up that's in front of us. And she goes, so basically what I'm asking is, can I get in front of you? Like, has an attitude in the way she's saying it the whole time. Like, not a straight B word, but she's like, so, like, how are you not picking up on my hints kind of thing? And I'm like, because I'm here bouncing my 4-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not concerned with your feelings and baiting your question. Like, ask me, you know? So she does. She goes, so I'm asking you if I can jump in front of you. And I'm like, she's like, because it won't take long. And I probably made a face, but I was just, I mean, I wasn't like, oh my God. But I just kind of looked and was like, I guess that's fine. And she like cocked back and was like, no, you know what? Never mind. Just never mind. No. And I was like, it's fine. I picked up Weston and kind of scooted him behind her, like forcefully went, and she grabbed my arm and like kind of like pushed me back. Like, no, stay. She goes, I saw your face. It's fine. That face you just made. Again, you don't know me from Adam. Like, I don't know if I'm venting too hard about this because I haven't had coffee, but it just caught me so off guard. Like, what face do you think I made, Mom, since we know each other so well? Like, you asked if you can get in front of me after you baited me and wanted me to, like, I guess your question when I'm obviously dealing with my child and not worried about your damn scratch-off situation. I'm here to pay my bills. So obviously I have other things on my mind than, does Miss Becky need me to offer to her to get in front of me? You know what I'm saying? So rude. So she, like, put her hand on me, like, not super forcefully because she's an older lady, so it's not like I would even feel it if she did. But she kind of like pushed me back and was like, no, that face you just gave, just forget it. Again, I am not sensitive. I'm not like, oh, you know, my feelings and my, you know, you don't talk to somebody and blah, 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 blah. But you just tried it. You just really tried it. And I looked at her and I was like, get in front of me. Don't ever put your hands on me again. Like, maybe I was wrong or maybe I sounded a little too grouchy about it, but like, the whole situation was just too much for her to be like, oh, the face you just gave me, not knowing me. Like, if you ask for this, I may be a little bit like, I don't really want to, but I still said yes. So shut your older behind up and get in front of me. Like, why are you making a bigger deal? You should have just said thank you and moved on. I'm never going to see you again anyway because I don't know you. Y'all, I was trying not to show out because my child was right there. But she really tried it. And again, I'm just not that person to get upset about things. Like, when people like jump me in line at like a Walmart or whatever, like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it's rude or whatever. But I'm not gonna like show out. Like, I just could not believe that. And the fact that she was quick to tell that guy he couldn't get in front of her. And she was like, well, and then after I let her jump in front of me, she had the audacity to keep going, well, it's just so hot and I have somebody waiting in the car and it's just so hot out and it's not nearly going to take as long as your stuff. Like, we already did this exchange. Why are you still explaining it to me? Like, I can't make this shit up, you guys. Like, this is really what she was saying. I was like, oh my God. Y'all can literally tell I just woke up, but Weston was getting jealous of the camera, so I had to stop for a second, so, because he was being a bebe. Like, look how shiny my face is. Like, I still have my nighttime anti-wrinkle cream on, like, But I wanted to get that bill paid real quick. And we had already ran some other errands, a doctor's appointment, like, and I still didn't have coffee. And they're stirrings, like, why I didn't get it done, I don't know. So I'm sure that added fuel to the fire. But here's the kicker. Like, there wasn't enough. Here's the kicker after the pusher. She's like explaining to me, and I'm like, yeah, great. So then she goes up to her turn, and I kid you not, I don't want to look like Elvira. It was like the lights were just on my eye. Look at that. I kid you not, she goes up to the lady, and I can see her. Like, there's like the safety boundary, like, stay here until we tell you, because like people need their space. Like, old Becky didn't know about space now, did she? But then she was like pointing behind her, you know what I mean, to me and my son. Like, I don't know what she was explaining, like how awful I was, even though I'm still waiting in line. And again, that was a perfect opportunity for me to go, excuse me, Becky, Mom, what are you pointing at me for? You know what I mean? Like, I could have brought out that New Orleans side of me. I could have brought it out real quick, but I didn't. I kept that New Orleans / Duval down in there, you know? And I'm just looking at her staring at me, and I'm just playing with my son, who, again, doesn't want to be there. Like, who asks a mom if they can get in front of them? Can I get any other mommies in this comment section? Because, you know what it's like. So, you know, but I have patience. Like, I wouldn't have cared. It's just the way she did it. Like, I just felt like, I don't know, was that wrong? I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. I'm a couple sips of coffee in now, so I'm just like, it's fine, Becky. But anyway, so she's pointing. Here's the best part. I go up after she leaves with her $4 scratch off. $4. Stop the presses. She's got to get this done now. It's $4. This is her whole life right now. And I am not lying when I tell you I went up. She said, what can I help you with? I said, I'm here to pay my bill for my lights. And she said, and I said, let me pull up my account number on my phone. She said, oh, no need. What's your phone number? And I told her my phone number. She said, Jennifer, we got you right here. And I gave her the money. She gave me a receipt. I'm talking about that fast. She went, printed out the receipt, had me sign it. Have a great day. That's how long it took. The scratch off that Becky had to get for her $4, it took longer. But I mean, who's counting? So I even talked to that lady because her nails were cute. We were talking about nails in the, you know, because now there's nobody behind me because but the guy went to go find an employee when he could have already been done. And Becky was counting her massive winnings as she was leaving the door. And so I was talking to the girl that worked there, and I was just like, yeah, like, you know, sorry if you heard anything. I was like, she just kind of was like very rude. Like, she literally put her hands on me, and I've never had to tell, especially an elderly woman. I used to work with elderly for a very long time. I say elderly, but like, I'm not talking like 80. Like, I'm 31. She was like 65. Like, you know what I'm saying? I probably shouldn't even say elderly because like my dad's 63 and I don't consider him elderly. But you know what I'm saying? She was older. But like, don't put your hands on me because you're mad at me because I didn't realize what was going on in your brain to guess your question, and then I didn't answer and go, of course oh my God, I've been waiting all morning for somebody to ask me if they can get in front of me and my 4-year-old that's impatiently waiting. Oh, absolutely, Becky. I didn't throw a fit. Dang it. All I said was, yeah, that's fine. And she's gonna push her hands on me. So I told the lady that worked there, and she was like, yeah, like, is she tripping? And I could have been petty and been like, what was she saying about me? But I don't even care. I mean, obviously I care enough because I'm venting about it right now. But even my son was like, that lady was kind of rude. And I'm like, if a 4-year-old notices you're rude, and this is the age where they are like the rudest humans in the world, get it together, Becky. Get it together.